What if the most dangerous thing you could ever lose wasn't your money, your country, your family, or your friends, but your ability to think? There was once a man who was very busy. He had a job, a mortgage, a phone that never stopped ringing. He didn't have time to read long articles, didn't have time to dig into arguments. He didn't have time to sit in silence and wrestle with ideas. So what did he do? He outsourced his thinking. At first, it seemed harmless. He followed people online who broke things down simply. He listened to short clips instead of full debates. He read headlines instead of books. He adopted opinions that came pre-packaged and emotionally satisfying. It was efficient. It was the way to get things done. He was a busy chap. He didn't need to examine complex issues. He didn't need to ask difficult questions. He didn't need to tolerate uncertainty. Someone else had done all of that for him. Someone else was thinking for him. And the strange thing was, he felt informed, confident, even righteous. But something subtle had shifted. When he met someone who disagreed with him, he didn't respond with curiosity. He responded with scripts. No arguments he had wrestled with, but phrases he had borrowed. When challenged, he didn't explore. When pressed, he didn't reflect. He doubled down. Because when you outsource your thinking, you also outsource your doubt. And doubt is the engine of wisdom. Over time, the man stopped noticing contradictions. He stopped asking, "Is this true?" and began asking, "What does actually feel right?" He mistook emotional intensity for truth. He mistook repetition for evidence, and he mistook popularity for credibility. And slowly, quietly, he became easier to steer. Now here's the part that nobody wants to hear. This man wasn't stupid, not at all. In fact, he was quite a clever chap. But what he was comfortable. He was lazy. He allowed others to do his thinking for him. Because it's easier to inherit a worldview than to build your own. It's easier to join a tribe than to stand alone. And it's easier to signal virtue than to build character. Because real thinking is incredibly uncomfortable. It means reading people you disagree with. It means admitting that you were wrong. It means holding two ideas in tension without panicking. And of course, it also means saying, "I don't know." Because the moment you stop being certain about everything, you start becoming thoughtful about something. The man eventually noticed something strange. He had opinions on everything, but depth on absolutely nothing. He could argue passionately, but could not explain first principles. He was connected to the world, but disconnected from his own reasoning. So one day he did something radical. He switched it all off. No feeds, no clips, no headlines, no outrage for the day. Instead, he picked up the nearest book and began to read it ever so slowly, cover to cover. He listened to a full conversation, not the viral moment, but the entire thing. He found that some of his strongest views were built on very shallow foundations. But something else happened too. He began to feel sturdier, less reactive, less tribal, and less anxious. Because when you build your own framework for understanding the world, you are harder to manipulate, harder to inflame, and harder to divide. Because thinking is not just an intellectual exercise, it is also a form of independence. So here's my question to you. Are you thinking freely, or are you consuming other people's thoughts? This is Hard Clarity. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. I'll answer to every single one of them. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Ta-ta for now.